What's up, everybody? Greg Chapman here, Gentleman Gorilla Small Business Podcast. Today we're here with Niko Jones, and
How you
he
doing, guys?
just recently started
Second
his
time.
own company called Back to Life SD. And he's bringing shoes, sneakers, kicks, cleats, whatever you call them, whatever you're fancy, back to life. Niko, and you introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about Back to Life.
How you guys doing? I'm Nico. I'm with Back to Life. I recently started that like 2 months ago, just out of literally just random. I um, I was recently just trying to get my sneakers back in line. I was trying to start my stuff back up because I was buying shoes and I was really doing dirty, just not working too hard, trying to keep myself presentable.
Yeah.
So I started doing it and I was just posting and things like that. And I was getting a lot of feedback by it. Like people wanted like, oh, can you do mine or do my next things like that. And I was like, shoot, if you guys pay me. And they were willing to do it. People were throwing money at you. I mean, why not? So I started doing that and people are loving it. It's catching on pretty fast.
Hell yeah. Mind the feet. Noise.
Oh,
You're all good. But that's badass, man. A business born out of opportunity and necessity.
true.
I mean, people just start coming to you. That's awesome. That's just, it shows you that the market's there, that you got a talent. And then you were right, just saying, all right,
That's
pay me.
literally what it was because, like I said, when I told some family members or some friends, people got a giggle out of it in the beginning because they're like, clean your shoes, everybody can do that. I'm like, I can go to the mall and do that. I said, well, who wants to sit there and have somebody run you down and clean your shoes for 10 minutes? You got places to be, babies to kiss. So, so I was like, what? I was trying to model it after like regular dry cleaning. Drop it off, come back and get your shoes 2-3 days later, and they're all clean and good for you to go. And like I said, you're right. They were selling their stuff. Like I said, the reaction I was getting, people wanted to come to me rather than me saying, "Hey, like let me get your shoes. Come on, man, like a dope fiend or something." But no, it's been great.
Yeah, man. Fuck. I mean, we used to work together, what, 5 years ago now?
It's been a long time, but I
4
mean,
years ago, PB Local. I mean, you always come in, you always have fly-ass shoes on. I was respecting your shoe game.
I was trying. Like I said, for a second, I was making a little bit of money, and then student loans and things came in and just had
Yeah,
to
right?
crush me back down.
Yeah, I mean, so yeah, when I saw that your business popped off, it definitely, like, it made sense. I was like, oh yeah, like, I totally get that.
I
Like, that's
appreciate that.
totally in line with, like, who I saw you as a person. Because you always had good style,
Thank
fresh kicks, clean clothes.
Not always. Not always.
I mean, unless you're, like, at work or coming from a party,
No, of
but,
course.
you're showing up, you're looking good. So, respect for that.
Thank you.
Fuck yeah.
You the same, I'm not gonna say you were doing all right for yourself as well. I mean, even though you were coming in, you were doing more grappling and holding, so you had to get dirty.
Right? Yeah, we weren't really allowed to have any style. We had black on black on black security shirts. You guys
Sure.
got to wear fucking all sorts of costumes. That was fun.
And half the time, no clothes. You know how PV local is.
Fuck, Taylor Swift.
Those were the days.
Man.
We're all old now, old and out of shape.
Fucking pop them tops. Fucking, dude, there's nothing like standing at the bottom of the stairs and fucking T-Swizzle pops off and then just a line of bartenders and servers just running up the stairs,
Just
stripping
knowing
their
the drill.
shirts off to go dance on the bar.
We
I
had
mean-
with the fireball, just fireballed up.
Oh man,
Great
see, I never
times.
got to see that shit. I was at the bottom of the stairs. It was like, how'd everybody move?
Hey, you were the doorman though.
Everyone would get mad and be like, no, you just wait. And then all of a sudden, just
But everybody
bartenders running by.
everybody
Everyone's
knew
like, what
you.
the
I'm
fuck?
sitting there in the front trying to get by. They go, we know him. We don't need to go nowhere. I'm like, oh, excuse me, do your thing then.
Dude, yeah, I had a fucking harem. Just
had a group of them.
no. So it wasn't actually me. I learned it was the position.
Oh yeah.
Because as soon as I left that job, like, I mean, there's like a trickle off effect, like a Half-Life, but
True.
like, they wanted me because they wanted to get upstairs.
You're
Like-
texting them now talking about go do wine. They're going, who? What? Who? Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
It's like when you have something you want, people want to get at it, and they'll
Of
be
course.
nice to you to get it,
Of course.
or whatever, or they'll pay you. That was very nice.
Hey, never do something great for free. And if you
Fuck
got
no.
something to have it.
Dude, I mean, I was good to people though. It was PB.
No, of
Because people
course.
would be like, how much? I'll be like, how much you got?
Right.
How much is it worth to you? And like
That's really
some
what it
dudes
is.
would throw me like $100 for like them just to get up, and then other dudes would be like, they'd be like like locals in PB, just 22-year-old kids trying to look good to their friends. I'd be like, how many you got? It's like 6. I'd be like, man, I got like $7. I'd be like, fine. Like,
Right? And then they're like cool, and then they're the
but
coolest dude
then,
at the party.
yeah, but then those guys, the ones that you help look good, so some of them started abusing it, and they'd be like, dude, I got like 5 guys, and then all of a sudden they'll be like, I got 9 people. I'm like, bro, fuck you.
100%.
Like, now you're just taking advantage. It's like, I was nice to you. I was nice to you multiple times.
Give an inch, take a mile.
Exactly. Never give a moose a muffin.
But they never learn. Like if you get that bond with somebody or you get that like camaraderie, you don't abuse it because then it's not gonna work for you next time. Shoot.
Right?
But people don't understand that.
It's like, I would have let them got away with fucking everything for the rest of the time being.
Burning your bridges.
Right? Sad
Like you
day.
said, 5 years later, we're doing this. How crazy is that? Never burn your bridges, guys. You never know when you get on a podcast.
Dude, yeah, podcasts are fun. This is your first podcast,
This
right?
is my first one. It's actually pretty fun. I was a little nervous at first, but I'm a little lax now. We had a bar clean this morning at 6:30 at Miss B, so and then a rum tasting after. So I'm a little
so
chill.
A lot of coffee and then a little bit of booze. And
Exactly, just enough.
I know exactly where you're at.
Life's
right
about
now.
moderation, guys.
A little bit of every kind of drug.
Yeah.
Oh man, I mean it is PB.
It is,
You know, shit gets weird. Some of the stories. I mean,
the best thing about it is we're all functional though. Like we all know what we got to do and handle our business, and that's what's
that
great.
is true. Like you will see people just multiple times a week just on another level, and then they're like the person that their face is on a billboard for realty.
100%.
Or like
Secret
on
lives, huh?
buzz benches, or they're lawyers in town, or all sorts of shit. And you're like, man, how are you alive?
The crazy part is they get to tell when they can become that success story. When we become that success story, we get to tell our kids about that, and our family and our kids will never believe that. Never believe that we were out there doing those crazy things till 6 a.m. or staying up to doing this or like you said, getting naked on the bar. And they were like, not you,
Yeah.
not that old man.
It's just a different breed of people in San Diego, I think. Like,
100%.
there's so much energy and life here that, like, people they almost seem to get younger as they get older. Like, yeah, now I've got a little bit more money, so now I'm just gonna start having a little bit more fun.
I think it's just the vibe and energy San Diego brings as well. It's like everybody is go-getters from their small town, their small city, their congested city, their light city. And it's just you come here with all that same mindset and you vibe with everybody and find your niche within your community, and you thrive. And that's what we all do. And that's the best part about San Diego. That's why San Diego's thriving. That's why we're gonna be bigger and better in 4 to 5 years. I feel it.
Yeah, it's just, I think it's that the attitude here is that it's just okay to do you.
Yeah.
And as long as you're like a good person and you get your work done, like nobody gives a fuck what you do outside of like your job and your requirements. So like as long as you're a professional when you're at work,
100%.
as soon as you step out that door, like pretty much anywhere you work, even hyper professional places around here, like I know people very corporate jobs, and then like they're just taking like 3 weeks off to go do a bunch of drugs in South America for like 3 weeks.
And everybody's cool.
And everyone's cool, and they're open and honest. Like they're telling their bosses, like I'm gonna go do an ayahuasca trip.
And they're just like, okay, have fun. Make sure you're back.
See you in 3 weeks.
You got the PTO for it? Okay, great. Let's sign you off.
Yeah.
But I just find it funny. My mom tells me about her. She works at a law firm. She's a IT tech, and she said that the lawyers come in. There's one from Hawaii, I believe, and he walks around the office with no shoes on, just doing his things. Like you would never believe that, but it's San Diego. It's something about
Fuck
the
yeah,
city.
man. Dude, I
People
hate
love good
wearing
vibes
shoes.
and good things.
Like I'm always in flip flops. I go on like long walks in my flip flops.
Ironic because we're doing a shoe cleaning thing, but you don't love shoes, guys.
Hey, when I have to wear them, I want them to look good.
They should always
I
be clean.
I got some nice ass shoes. I got some like, dude, best find ever. Fucking, do you know what the ARC is? Like
no.
a Goodwill.
Okay.
It's like it's basically a Goodwill, but in Colorado, which we also have Goodwills, so whatever. But I was just in there with my buddy, and he just pulls out these fucking Allen Edmonds, which I don't know if you know what those are.
Mm-mm.
They're like $450 fucking dress shoes.
From the bin, or he put them in there to get rid of
They
them?
were like in the bin.
Oh,
It was
okay.
like $6. It was like, fuck. Like,
I'll take them. You look around like you stole something. Like,
dude, I'll show them to you
Case-
after this. You'll like when you touch the leather, like you're like, yeah.
hey, let me know when you need them clean. Like I said,
I gotta get them.
business sells itself, guys.
I
Hear
gotta
that?
get them full refurbished. I gotta resole them still and everything.
Oh, I got you.
So someday, maybe,
I got
maybe
you. Like I say, you
maybe
just let me
you'll
know.
be doing resoling and shit.
From the last time I checked, we're gonna be needing shoes for a while.
Yeah, right. I don't think they're going anywhere. Fuck, man.
Let's hope not. For my sake.
Yeah. So you just started back to life like what, 2 months ago, kind of like
Yeah.
you started to pop.
Yeah, officially, like I said, I was always cleaning my own stuff and doing things, but I didn't start like officially making it a thing or actually making the ads for it or even starting my own business cards and things like that until about 2 months ago.
Yeah, man, it kind of popped. Like, all of a sudden you were doing it. Like, I saw some snaps, and you're like, yeah, just cleaning my shoes. And then you're like, I'm cleaning my friend's shoes. And
True.
then you made your Instagram back to life. You got some hilarious little shoe memes in there. I
I
was
do.
pretty impressed with those.
I've been doing my little grassroots meme thing. Trying to use my humor with it. Try to get people to post and things like that because, like I said, it's something everyone needs. But you always ask yourself, why do you want it? And you want it because it's convenient. You want it because it's fun. You want it because it's cool.
Yeah.
Everybody likes clean shoes. Nobody wants to do the work.
I feel like it's something most people don't even think about. Like, I remember growing up, my dad would always like polish and buff his shoes and shit. Of course, back then, you had to wear a fucking tie to the office every day. It's totally different.
Everything, right?
Like, same office, now you can just wear jeans and a polo shirt.
I'm still trying to figure out a Windsor knot. I got some people telling me I need to know it. Other people tell me don't worry about it. I was like, I don't know. I'll wait for that formal life though.
I feel like as long as you can do like a half Windsor, you're good.
True. I mean,
Like,
I got YouTube. I'll go down to the men's
right?
warehouse, buy me a tie right there, and they're like, can you just tie for me? I'll just
That's
unloosen
it.
it.
That's all you need is YouTube for anything.
100%.
Like, I've learned almost everything I need to know for my business, like all the technical shit from YouTube.
And it's free and it's resourceful. Like,
Yeah.
that's what makes most people successful is you're just resourceful. Like, you find ways to make it happen. It's never that hard. It's just about putting in the work, putting in the time, feeling a little uneasy, and then it gets better from there, I promise you.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like right now you're probably spending a lot of time on YouTube. Like, you're so fresh into your business. And it's like, all right.
Yeah, when it comes to doing things like when I had to do my indoor little shoe UV lights and everything to re-ice the soles, I had to figure out what to do, what to buy, and things like that. And like I said, YouTube's very helpful. Like I said, anywhere, just Google in general. We use Google for everything. I use Google. I don't like to feel silly. I hate when people ask silly questions because it's like we have something in our hand. We have something anywhere that we don't need to ask anybody and feel silly. We just gotta look it up.
I know exactly what you mean. I catch myself all the time. Like, I'll just ask something, and then I'll just be like, fuck it. And then I'll just text
Right?
back and be like, never mind, I have Google.
8 seconds later, you figured it out yourself.
Like, it's just habit sometimes to, like, ask. And
100%.
then it's like, oh, god damn it. It's like, never mind, I have Google. I'll just fucking look it up.
The same things we get mad at our grandparents and our parents for.
Fuck, right? So, have you always wanted to have your own business? Is this kind of like a new dream? Did it just
No,
happen?
I've always wanted to have my own business in something. Like, I've always been very personable. I've always been very business minded and things like that. And like I said, I don't like to be micromanaged to a certain degree. So it's like, I was like, what's the best way to do those things? You start thinking, like, you got to own your own thing. You got to do your own things. You have your own opinions. And so I always figured out, but I never understood my passion or what I figured out what I really wanted it to do. Like I said, I loved sports. I thought about being a sports agent, doing something like that. That doesn't work out. You thought about playing sports. Everybody wants to be R.I.P. Kobe. Everybody wants to be in sports, basketball, football, things like that. So then, business-wise, I figured out business. I'm going to eventually do business. So I got my degree in public administration, which is business for the government.
Nice.
Government, you have to know the law. So I touched up on that. I mean, I dabble in it, but, nothing serious. Like I said, when I was working for nonprofit and things like that. And then, so from there, it's just, what is your niche? What do you like to do, and what do people need in that sense, and what can you provide with your resources? So that's really what it came down to, and this is working so far. And who knows, from this, I can go somewhere else to I want to invest in something. I always want to own a bar, like a little jazz lounge He told me earlier I have like a little jazz type voice from like Quiet Storm Time Nights 92.5, but so I was like, that'd be cool, something I could MC, have jazz, stand-up comedy, things like that. And I feel like that'll happen one day.
Hell
I just
yeah,
gotta
man.
keep progressing.
Hell yeah, I think you definitely should. I definitely have a very similar, same dream. I want to have a bar, steakhouse.
Something cool like that, right?
Yeah, like kind of one of those things where it's like a alleyway entrance. You walk through the kitchen, and it's just like a big grand room.
See, that's cool.
And then like big, tall, like mafia booths, like all the way around, and then just a center bar.
He's trying to get audited. That's all I heard.
The
what you watch on Netflix? What was the one with all the Robert De Niro and all those? That's what you just got done watching, The Wise Men or something.
Yeah, the Irishman.
Irishman.
Yeah. Oh man, no man. This has been my dream restaurant for I don't know, probably since I was like 20.
Okay.
Yeah, I just love that kind of steakhouse. Like you walk in.
No, that's a cool vibe.
Like,
that's how I feel about. The same thing about jazz. Like the vibe is just cool. It makes you happy, and that's what you want to do. You want to just have people walk in and be as happy as you were when you walked in and felt that kind of way.
Exactly.
And I feel that.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the best businesses or I guess like community businesses are the ones that come from an experience. Like, and you want to share that experience with people. You're right. Like, in the restaurant, you walk in, like, the atmosphere is huge because it plays. Like, you work at Miss B's Coconut Club, right?
Yes, I do.
Like, you walk into that place.
Bartend there on the weekend, guys. Come in and say hi.
Fucking, yeah, that place has an amazing atmosphere. It feels like you're on a sandbar.
Oh, 100%. I
Like,
love Miss B's.
and just sitting at the bar, you're like, yeah, man, I just want to be in the sun right now and enjoy it and see the water.
Perfect. Like you said, you got that open concept, you got that island feel, we got the great idea in the rum, and most people aren't rum drinkers, so you have to really sell it. But people, it's just our atmosphere. It's the being people. Shout out to all my people at Miss B's. That we're just happy, and people love coming back. People love staying. Locals love coming back. Even industry comes in and things like that. Like people don't forget us, and I think that's their best quality about Miss B's is we can always rely on the personability of everybody we work with, all our staff.
And it's perfect because they've done it very well that when you walk in, everybody gets that feeling.
100%.
And I mean, that's like the new shoes. Like, what when you throw on a fresh outfit, like there's an extra level of confidence in your step.
There's nothing like shoes. So I don't know what it is.
Yeah, fresh shoes, like the way they feel on your feet. Like they have that smell too. It's like a new car smell, but for shoes.
Like I agree. Like I don't agree with people licking the bottom of their soles when they get them. That's never been me, but I get it, but I can't relate. You know what I'm saying? Because yeah, it is great. Like you just want to hug them. You know, they're great. You don't even want to wear them. You just want to look at you like,
right?
You know what? I paid for them. I got to use them for what they're supposed to use.
There are few things in life as disheartening as the first scuff on a new pair of shoes. I mean, because it's like they're flawless. Because you're so careful walking around, and then you just know like you've had them for just that too long, where you get careless, or someone inevitably just steps on them.
That's
and
the
you
worst.
just stare at them, and you're like, I know I can't hit you right now, but I want you to know that I want to.
I'm very upset, highly upset.
Like this is not
irate.
Like, it would not be appropriate for me to be violent, but I want to be violent.
True.
But I mean, but then you come along. And,
like I said.
Like that's the feeling that you're trying to bring back, right?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I pay those people to do those things. It's kind of like when we go to the. It's like when we go to Target or the grocery store and we put things back in the wrong spot. Like, and then there's that one asshole that goes, "Well, without us, they wouldn't have a job." And that's kind of what that is for you guys. So that's how I look at it.
Stepping on people's feet.
Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me. And then I go, I know a guy here, and I don't even tell him my name. So then they come and they knock on the door, like it's you. I'm like, yeah, sorry guys, I swindled you a little bit.
That's called the hustle. Thank you.
Hey, but I promise you're gonna love your quality of your shoes. I guarantee.
Oh man, dude, that's funny. I feel like that's something you could hire like a 10-year-old, a little shithead 10-year-old. Be like, hey.
True. Who could be mad at him?
Be like, hey, go play some basketball. Get some real good black like dust all over your shoes. Go play in the street, and then just walk around. And every shoe that I see you step on, I'll give you $1.
Yeah, you're trying to get me beat up out here too. Like that's what you're also asking me to do. Like, let some guy found out his J's got messed up. I'm over here getting beat up behind the alley.
Yeah, you would get lynched, and I mean, people take that shit seriously. And I think that's something that your best friends would come to the aid. Like, or their best friends would come to the aid and be like, you know what? He scuffed your shoes on purpose. It's like that's fucked up, dog. Like,
true.
Let's go get this guy.
100%. You have to. You can't get disrespected like that and walk away from it. And if your girl saw that, I don't know. Right. No, I'm just playing because it's kids. You know what I'm saying? But it's fun. It's all fun. That's funny.
Hell yeah. So how have you been? I mean, you're so new. This is really fun to me because like you literally just started your own business. Like you blink and it was yesterday, basically.
100%.
So like what are you going through? Like, what are some of the challenges that you're finding daily, or like?
I mean, my biggest challenge is honestly it's finding a good rhythm because, like I said, it's coming, but it comes in waves. A lot of people, it's just basically you're finding that it's about convenience. Like people bring their shoes, a lot of people forget them and things like that. It's just kind of reminding people about the things and doing those things, and that's kind of like there's the consistency. That and everything I do is brand new. Like so. Right now, not most things, like everything I've tested is done on me, my shoes and things like that, but I'm still going on the process trying to fine tune everything like most of all of us. Like when you're a cook, you find the fastest and most efficient way. You might spill a couple products, you might lose and use excess, but you fine tune those things and things get better. And as long as you see yourself progressing and not regressing, it works. And that's how I know it's working.
Oh yeah. So you're basically just saying it doesn't really matter. You're not trying to focus too much on the little details. You're just trying to get the job done and like
Not at
keep
all.
moving forward.
Not at all.
No, I mean I don't mean like I mean obviously it's very
uh,
detail oriented, but I mean
I'm saying is I'm trying to go through
like
all the
you're not taking the little things hard.
no.
Like you're not taking like oh I fucked up a little bit. Like
All things are gonna face. It's all trial and error at this point. But all new businesses and startup businesses is just trial and error. You got to see what works, see what doesn't, see what you can make better, see what you don't need, and everything just comes together pretty much. And that's what I hope happens.
one thing at a time, right?
Yeah, exactly. Your first one game at a time, like Bill Belichick would say. You know, saying we're moving to the next thing forward.
Oh,
Can't be
yeah.
thinking about the future things that could happen because you got problems now. You can't be thinking about the problems that may or may not happen.
Yeah, I noticed that you recently launched your Instagram, your official business Instagram.
Oh yeah, like that
So,
was like 2 weeks ago. That was
yeah.
very new.
So, what is your experience with that? Like getting it off the ground and getting exposure to it, getting people to the page.
Honestly, it's that all new to me. Like I like to think I was tech savvy, things like that. But when it comes to running a business account, you want your contact to be right. You have to figure out how ways to reach who you're gonna reach, how you're gonna reach them, and just keeping things fresh. And like I said, it's consistency is key, especially with what I'm doing. Like people have to see it. It's very visual. Where because if you'll forget about it. Like people don't forget that the shoes get dirty until they go in their closet and go, oh, I did spill that hot sauce on it, or I did, and then you can't wear them. So it's like it's always about just keeping that fresh head, fresh mind, and that's why I like come up with the ads or come up with like something cool and things, and I keep people updated with shoes and things like that, just to keep that presence of mind.
Hell yeah. Have you been, I guess, what has your focus been with the social media? Like, are you just trying to get like one post a day? Are you trying to grow your followers?
Right now, like I said, 2 weeks in, I'm just trying to grow my followers. So I'm just, I'm like I said, I'm trying to show it with success. Like so, nothing brings people in more with just success. So
Hell yeah.
I'm like I said, I'm putting out content
Just a lot of before and afters.
before and afters. Like I said, a little ads, just things that remind you shoes, new shoes coming out, things like that. Cool little fashion, things that like represent who I am as in my personality and characteristics when I think of shoes. When I like said even my name Back to Life, I think of retro, I think of old school, I think because shoes age very well, not like clothes and things like that. Like in every 8 months to 12 months, it's new fashion, new style when it comes to clothes. Clothes tatter, clothes rip. When it comes to shoes, like I said, things happen like that, but a very slower process, and they get better with age, kind of like wine. Like everybody wants the old 92s or the old 84s, like, and they re-release them for that reason. Like I said, the shoe market is an up and coming market, and it's a very big market. So if you can get into it untapped, I believe you should. Or even if you're a sneaker or anybody, like shoes are always going to be around, and the way they go with the color schemes and the way they're putting it with fashion and collaborating with all these people, it's only going to get bigger.
Fuck yeah, it sounds like you really believe in this industry.
I really do.
Hell yeah.
I
How
kind of
long?
sound like the CBD and the cannabis people. You know what I'm saying? The people don't say. Everybody thinks you're crazy until it happens.
Right? Have you been a sneakerhead your whole life? Or is it kind of a more recent?
No, I've always been a sneakerhead. So it's like when I'm growing up, I was fortunate enough to have sneakerheads in my family back home in Wisconsin that always took care of me. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have money, so they would put me in the new Jordans and things like that. And I was a big basketball guy. And so when I got out here, as I said, that's why I was so good at cleaning my shoes and things like that. Is because you get one pair of school shoes, and then you might get one for Christmas, your birthday, or if you saved up some money doing odd jobs. You know how that works. So I always kept my shoes clean and I always kept them nice. But I didn't have enough money to be going out buying these $220 shoes, $250 these Yeezys, all this stuff. Now that all these kids are getting, lucky them. Um, so so it's like I tapered off. But like I said, getting a job and getting older and having a little extra money in my pocket, and I felt like doing it again. And look what it turned into. All things happen for a reason.
Man, that's awesome. I love that it's been a part of your life for the whole thing. So it's really not you just seeing a niche in the market and being like, all right, like this works, let's run with it. Like it really truly is something that like you're bringing a lifetime of experience and care.
Oh yeah, of
And
course. I mean, no way. Like I said, people don't even want to clean their own shoes. So what makes you think I want to come over there and be scrubbing on your shoes 30, 40 an hour, but not saying, but I love what I do. I like doing it. I don't mind it. Put on some good music, put on a basketball, football game, and I could do it for hours. It's nothing.
that's awesome, man. So what's next for you? Just grow, just get more shoes in. What's your
Um,
next steps? What are you
well,
trying to accomplish right now?
right now, like I said, it's just progressing and exposure at this point. Like, just trying to get as much exposure I can. It's like I said, best case scenario. Best case scenario, this will continue to grow. Maybe I'll get enough where, like you said, I can become a brick and mortar, things like that. Worst case scenario is it's a service slash hobby for me and all my friends and other customers and things like that that want to just get it done. But either way, it's something I love to do and don't mind doing. So it's gonna be probably I'll be doing it for a while, it's time permitting.
Hell yeah,
Things like
man.
that.
I love it. Well, tell the people where they can find you at, your social media handles, website, whatever you got.
All right, you can find me. You can find me on my IG account that I just opened at BACK2, the number two, and then LYFESD. Or you can find me down in Miss B's Coconut Club. I bartend there Wednesdays and then Thursday through Sunday nights and days. Just come in and see me, say hi. I'll even buy you a shot if you say you saw it, came out and saw my podcast. And I'm also at Fred's down in Old Town every once in a while. Come see me there too, and all the great people there. Thank you guys.
Fuck yeah, buddy. Thank you very much,
No
Nico.
problem.
Good talk.